Hi, welcome. Thanks for watching this video. And today I'm going to cover, it's a good fun video this one, English money slang terms. So let's get right into it. What is that? Yes, it's a pound coin. What do you call it? It's a quid, a squid, a nicker, a nugget, a bar. So if someone says, oh, that cost me 100 bar, we're talking about £100. So that is probably, I've called it the most, a quid. Okay, so that is a quid. What do you call it? As I'm going on, if you notice or you've got more insight on any of the terms that I'm using and how I'm using them, what they refer to, put in the comments. What do you call it where you're from? Different regions in England. What do you call money? Right, what's this? Yeah, it's a £5 note, but it's a Jacks, a lady Godiva, a deep sea diver. Now, the origin of Jacks comes from rhyming slang. It comes from Jack's alive. Jack's alive, 5. So a fiver is known in rhyming slang as a Jacks. And of course we've got lady Godiva and deep sea diver as well, rhyming slang. So this £5 note, a Jacks, lady Godiva, deep sea diver. What's this one? £10 note. It's a cockle. An Ayrton Senna. A Pavarotti. Now, cockle comes from rhyming slang, Cockney rhyming slang, for cock and hen, 10. So the very short version was this, it's a cock and hen, 10. The most used version is cockle. So a cockle is a tenner. Ayrton Senna, rhyming slang, that's old school, if you like. Us Gen Xers will know that one. And Pavarotti, why is it? Because Nessun Dorma, oh, Italianity. Nessun Dorma is a tenor, a singer, T-E-N-O-R. So this is Pavarotti. Right. What's this one? Yes, it's a £20 note, but it's commonly known as a score. Now, the origins of this being called a score comes from tally marks. You know, tally stick. When you're counting things, the old school, old farming way, natural way, long term, long ago, was to mark on a stick, tally. And the origins of this come from a score was 20 sheep. So, what's that? It's a score. So, if we put these two together, what have we got? £25. We've got a pony. Seen lots of origins for this one, but I believe the most likely to be true comes from colonial days, with a lot of the trade with India, the British Indian connection and trade from the empire, colonial days. And on a 25 rupee note there was a picture of a pony. So £25 became known as a pony. Now, I tried to get a £50 note. I went into my local shop and I said, you got a £50 note? And they looked at me like I was trying to rob the place, even though they know me. They were, oh, £50 note. It doesn't seem anyone takes them anymore, so I couldn't actually get one. So what is a £50 note called? Nifty? Bullseye? Pinky? Of course, bullseye comes from the centre ring of a dartboard, which is worth 50 points. Nifty, just rhyming slang, 50. And a pinky, because it's a pink one. Next one we've got 100. What do you call 100? £100. £100 is a ton, a oneer, also known as a bill. So if someone says to you, oh, I just went out and I bought this thing and it was £3 bill, then very probably they're referring to £300. 500 is, of course, a monkey. And the origin of this comes again from the British Indian trading situation over the last few hundred years, and on a 500 rupee note there was a monkey. So £500 became known as a monkey. Now we get to 1,000. What do you call £1,000? A grand? Known as a grand. The rhyming slang with that is a bag of sand. So in some areas £1,000 is called a bag. So, oh, I just spent 4 bag on a new car. Talking about £4,000. And one of my boys told me this one. I've never heard it before, but when I've told him I was doing this video, he said it's now known colloquially as a rack, if you've heard that one. So £1,000 is a rack. So you'll hear some people, if they say, oh, I've just bought a new car, it was 4 rack, they're talking about £4,000. And what do you do with all those small coins in your pocket? You know, when you go into the news agents, you go, oh, I'm sorry about this, but I need to give you all this shrapnel. Small coinage is shrapnel. So far from what I've said, I've got more to come. From what I've said so far, if you use any particular terms, if you know the origins, the stories, anything to do with these money terms, the slang terms for English money, let me know in the comments. Let everyone else know as well, please. Now, all this money that you've got, what do you call it? What do you call it? Spondulics. I've used that one before. Smash. And there was a time, this you'd have to be a certain age to understand this one. Yeah, and I have 100% used this. We used to call it Cadbury's. Now, if you're old enough to remember this, the Martians on the Cadbury Smash advert, you know, the instant mash, when that was first introduced to the TV, they had some Martians, and it was Cadbury Smash. So from cash comes smash, and following on from that, it was known as Cadbury's. You got Cadbury's? You got enough Cadbury's? So Cadbury's was Cadbury Smash, cash. We got dosh, of course. We got holding, folding, and this one surprised me. I'm sure you've all heard the term Wonga. There was that infamous money loaning company called Wonga. Now this actually goes back to the 1800s. In the 1800s, a commodity for life was coal. If you had money, that meant you could buy coal. So a commodity for being able to afford things. The term coal used. Have you got enough coal? And coal was spelt obviously C-O-A-L, but in this term, money terms, I believe it was spelt C-O-L-E. Now, apparently, the gypsy Romany slang for coal was Wonga. So in today, if you use, maybe you do, if you hear someone use the term Wonga, that actually goes back to, that's over 200 years around. I don't know precisely the date, but it's around 200 years old. So we've got Wonga. Reddies, bunts, moolah, all of those. Sobs. You got any sobs? Bread. People say, oh, you got some bread. That comes from rhyming slang, bread and honey. Bread and honey is money. So if you got any bread, and a derivative of that, if you like, closely related to that, is dough. How much dough does that cost? Dough, bread. So from bread comes dough. Bread is bread and honey, money. And where do you keep it? Well, of course, you keep it in your sky. Your skyrocket, your pocket. Now, when I was researching this, and you lot don't have to do any research, I've done it for you, because all the research you'll ever need is in this video. Everything you need to know is in this video, and you good people in the comments telling me what you call things and why you call it that, what slang you use. One that came up that I absolutely adore, as I'm trying to find the notes in my pocket, I can't remember what pocket I put them in. I absolutely love this one, never heard it before. It is my favourite by a million miles, by an absolute million miles. So how much is that? What's that amount? What's that together? That's £15. What is the term used for £15? Apparently it's known as a Commodore. Now I thought, huh? And when I looked at the explanation, this is by far, this is my absolute favourite. So, and I'm going to use this. I guarantee my haircut costs 13 quid. So the next time I go to my hairdresser, I'm going to give her 15 quid. And I'm going to say, here's a Commodore, love, keep the £2. Why is it called a Commodore? Right, we've got a cockle, and we've got a jacks, a lady godiva, a deep sea diver. So why is this called a Commodore? Forgive me for this. You're once, twice, 3 times a lady. 3 lady godivas are 15 quid. So 3 ladies. You're once, twice, 3 times a lady. Commodore. That's a song by the Commodores for those of you that don't know. Right, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and please comment. There's no need to search anywhere else, because everything you ever need to know about English money slang terms, either on this video or you good people in the comments, you're writing what you call money. Maybe it's regional, maybe it's family, and then other people will be commenting, agreeing with you and so on. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.